Hi, this is Scruffy Teddy with a short tutorial on using the Extrude tool, one of the most powerful ones in ProDesktop. We'll start very basically and then I'll try and build up. I'm going to view onto work plane and draw a very simple shape, a rectangle, which I'm going to make 100 by 50 millimeters. The Extrude tool is down here, and we'll talk about project next time. It looks very similar, but it's on the left hand side, and you get a dialog box that shows you a whole variety of different aspects that you can change. Now I'm going to rotate by using the scroll button in the middle of my mouse. By pressing that down and moving the mouse around, you can see how I've got that at a slightly different view. Now if I type in a distance here for the extrusion of 50 millimeters, you can see a preview of what's going to happen. Now I want to change that to 60 instead. It updates. Now I could also put a taper angle on, and I can even add a thickness. Now this is struggling to put a thickness and a taper angle on at the same time, so let's get rid of the taper angle and you can see how that works. Now you can see these small buttons here. I can use these to change a whole variety of different things. So for example, this one allows me to make it thicker and thinner, and this one allows me to put it up and down rather than typing in the dimensions as I did before. This one here will change the taper angle. You don't have to type in here. Quite an effective shape that, I like that. We'll press OK. So that's a simple extrusion. Very often you want to do an extrusion that isn't from one of the work planes here's the work planes that you can see normally. So I'm going to show you very briefly in the next minute or so how to produce a new work plane and a new extrusion with a new sketch onto a different face. This tool, fifth one down on the right, is the Select Faces tool, and I'm going to draw, or I'm going to select this face. Notice if I try to fit the center here, it doesn't quite work. I need to move towards the edge of the face. You can see how it highlights and then selects like so. I'm just auto scale there to make it more easily for you to see. The easiest way that I found to add a new sketch onto that face is this drop down menu here called Work Plane. Allows me to put a new sketch onto it, and it will automatically create a work plane on the face that I've chosen. It's called it Sketch 1, we'll stick with that. It's now ready, or expecting me to draw on here some sort of shape. I'm going to view onto work plane. I'm going to draw quite a large circle. You can see what that is. And I'm now going to extrude again. Do you know what? I'm going to show you how to use profile as well. I'm going to use the project profile. It's very similar to extrude. It does almost exactly the same thing. You can add and subtract material above or below the work plane, but this time I'm going to subtract material below the work plane. So notice how that arrow moves backwards and forwards. But I'm not going to go through the whole part. I'm just going to go through to the next face, which will be this inside face of this bizarre shape here. I could even select which face I wanted to. And you can see how it basically took that shape out. So there you go. Extrude and project profile in one demonstration. Have a play.